Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Different, and welcome to Different World YouTube channel. I hope you all out there having a wonderful day like your girl, and if not, manifest, plan, and prepare for a better one, because I guarantee you all it's surely coming to you guys for sure. And if this is your first, second, third time or more to my YouTube channel, welcome. Happy to have you guys. Before you leave, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, so when I drop content, you guys come into Different World and you come and learn about your girl, yeah? Speaking of coming and learning about your girl, I'm an author, motivational speaker, travel influencer, content creator, and CEO of my own small business, Third Eye Entertainment LLC, a business that strives to bring social awareness to society through our products and services in which we educate, inspire, and entertain all at once. So again, first, second, third time or more to my YouTube channel, it don't matter. Just hit that subscribe button for your girl, yeah? All right, you guys. So today it's Tuesday, second day of the year 2024. You guys know on Tuesdays we do our social awareness vlogs, and so with this one, we're gonna bust that thing open with a deep topic, and one that I've been affected by and didn't know that I was a part of it until, I got a little older. But January is Poverty Awareness in America month, and so poverty awareness all around the world. And so with that, we're going to be covering this topic for our social awareness. And with it, doing my research and finding, some interesting facts about poverty. And of course, you guys know I like to give you guys little educational videos with it. And so I want to share with you guys some interesting facts I found, some informative videos, as well as, personal testimony of how I've been affected by poverty coming up. I didn't realize, I was poor and, we were living below the poverty line. As a kid, when you live in the hood, the way that I came up, you didn't think you were poor because you had everything you needed, roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food on the table. And so to that, we wasn't, suffering or poor. But with that growing up, I realized, just how much, my mom struggled, and with it, I'm grateful that we came through it. But, as an adult, I have struggled myself and fell below and involved in the poverty line, and had to reach out to the Catholic Charities for rental assistance a couple of times too. So I've definitely been there and felt the wrath of, being poverty stricken. And so definitely want to bring, awareness to it, and, help motivate others out there that's able to help those in need to do so. And so with that, without me further yip yapping and jaw jacking, I want you guys to check out these two videos I found. The first one from Compassion International explaining what poverty is and how it gets started. The second one is, it explains from TED Educational, it explains why poverty is so hard to escape and how easy it is to fall into it, and also explaining the welfare trap. And so, and with that, check this out, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about some facts that I found and let you guys know a little bit more what's going on in Different World. Yeah, here it is. Come and learn.
Current statistics indicate that nearly half the world's population lives in poverty, defined as less than $2 a day, and that 1 in 6 people live in extreme poverty, less than $1.25. But poverty is not actually just about a lack of money. It's about a lack of opportunities, a lack of choices, a lack of access to all sorts of things that many of us consider essential to life. Poverty is about a lack of hope. Poverty doesn't have just one facet, and so we cannot fight poverty with just a single solution. And understanding this is at the core of Compassion's holistic child development program. Picture all the different aspects of your life, your family, your work, your home, your faith, your community, as spokes on a wheel, and then think about what might happen if one of those spokes were broken or missing. It's no different for children living in poverty. If they are to develop and thrive, the spokes that make up their lives need to be strong and uniform. It's what drives Compassion's holistic approach, focusing on the spiritual, economic, social, and physical needs of every child in our program. Children like Junior, a boy who has broken all the stereotypes.
The main concern I have for my son is who his friends are going to be, because I'm worried that in the future he might have friends who are not going to share the same spiritual values that we have, and that might cause him to stray.
God has been working in my life, because now that I'm a young man, I can see that society is full of friends and classmates of mine who chose a different path.
The project has been a blessing. Thanks to the presence of the project in this neighborhood, my son has been busy learning computer science and things about the church and God, which is really good.
And there are other young people like Leah, a young woman intent on rewriting her future.
Saya Lia Anggraini, saya anak LDP. Saya kuliah di UNY mengambil jurusan manajemen Fakultas Ekonomi. Ada satu ilmu, yaitu ilmu dasar ekonomi yang berbunyi dengan modal yang minimal mendapatkan hasil yang maksimal.
There are men and women like Lillian who have learned what it is to be truly loved.
My mother died when I was 3 months old, and my father was kidnapped when I was 5 months old. I didn't value God so much because he had taken my parents, he had taken my joy as a child. Regardless of the fact that I knew him, I hated him. When I was 9, compassion was my turning point. I was just told, smile, we are going to take a photo of you. I didn't know what it meant to smile. I smiled. They told me, there is someone in the world who loves you so much. I used to get letters. She would tell me, I love you so, so much, and you're an inspiration to me. She helped me to hope for more. The blessing that you gave me is blessing many more. Thank you for what you did.
And amazing stories like Eric's, a boy whose journey has been transformational.
What I'm mostly receiving from the project is physical therapy for Eric. They are the ones that help him to start walking and talking. I feel happy because sometimes I'm ashamed when I go out with him that children stare, as if he were something weird.
My name is Nancy Ceballos. I've been working here for about 9 years. When I first came here, I thought he wouldn't live longer than 8 years. He couldn't walk or even stand by himself, but now he walks and even runs. Not only the people from church and the project love him, but everyone in the neighborhood.
I tell people with a special needs child, don't give up, because God has given a very special child. These children are the most wonderful thing. I'm very proud of my son and who he is.
There is no question that poverty is a complex matter, and so solving it is complex too. Complex, but not impossible. We can end poverty. We are ending poverty, one story at a time.
Imagine that you've been unemployed and seeking work for months. Government benefit programs have helped you cover rent, utilities, and food, but you're barely getting by. Finally, you hear back about a job application. You receive your first paycheck in months, and things seem to be turning around, but there's a catch. Your new job pays just enough to disqualify you from the benefit programs, and not enough to cover the same costs. To make things worse, you have to pay for transportation to work and childcare while you're at the office. Somehow, you have less money now than when you were unemployed. Economists call this demoralizing situation the welfare trap, one of the many different poverty traps affecting millions of people around the world. Poverty traps are economic and environmental circumstances that reinforce themselves, perpetuating poverty for generations. Some poverty traps are tied to an individual's circumstances, like a lack of access to healthy food or education. Others can affect entire nations, such as cycles of corrupt government or climate change. But the cruel irony of welfare traps in particular is that they stem from the very policies designed to battle poverty. Most societies throughout history employed some strategies to help people in poverty meet basic needs. Before the 20th century, religious groups and private charities often led such initiatives. Today, these are called welfare programs, and they usually take the form of government-provided subsidies for housing, food, energy, and healthcare. Typically, these programs are means-tested, meaning that only people who fall below a certain income level are eligible for benefits. This policy is designed to ensure aid goes to those who need it most, but it also means people lose access as soon as they earn more than the qualification threshold, regardless of whether or not they're financially stable enough to stay there. This vicious cycle is harmful to both those in poverty and those outside of it. Mainstream economic models assume people are rational actors who weigh the cost and benefits of their options and choose the most advantageous path forward. If those in poverty know they'll gain no net benefit from working, they're incentivized to remain on government assistance. Of course, people work for many reasons, including societal norms and personal values. But income is a major incentive to pursuing employment. And when less people take on new jobs, the economy slows down, keeping people in poverty and potentially pushing people on the cusp of poverty over the edge. Some have suggested this feedback loop could be removed by eliminating government assistance programs altogether. But most agree this solution is neither realistic nor humane. So how can we redesign benefits in a way that doesn't penalize people for working? Many countries have tried different ways to circumvent this problem. Some allow people to continue receiving benefits for a given period after finding a job, while others phase out benefits gradually as income increases. These policies still remove some financial incentive to work, but the risk of a welfare trap is lower. Other governments provide benefits like education, childcare, or medical care, equally across all their citizens. One proposed solution takes this idea of universal benefits even further. A universal basic income would provide a fixed benefit to all members of society, regardless of wealth or employment status. This is the only known policy that could entirely remove welfare traps, since any earned wages would supplement the benefit rather than replace it. In fact, by creating a stable income floor below which no one can fall, basic income might prevent people from falling into poverty in the first place. Numerous economists and thinkers have championed this idea since the 18th century. But for now, universal basic income remains largely hypothetical. Although it's been tried in some places on a limited scale, these local experiments don't tell us much about how the policy would play out across an entire nation or a planet. Whatever strategy governments pursue, solving the welfare trap requires respecting people's agency and autonomy. Only by empowering individuals to create long-term change in their lives and communities can we begin to break the cycle of poverty. Agency is a type of power that comes from the marriage of action and choice. But what exactly is power? What role does it play in society? Is there a way to acquire and use it responsibly? Learn more with this video.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed watching those two informative videos I found. Be sure to check these guys out. Again, that was the first video, What is Poverty, from Compassion International, and then the second video was by TED Educational, explaining how we fall into poverty and how hard it is to escape it. And so, again, be sure to check those two channels out and show them some love and support after you guys hit the subscribe button for mine, right? Okay, so as you guys seen, those videos explain what poverty is and how it's caused and how it's affected millions of people, billions of people all over the world. And in fact, according to the facts that I found from BorgenProjects.org, 22,000 children die every day due to poverty-stricken issues such as, going hunger, malnutrition, disease. I couldn't believe that when I seen that 22,000 children a day, man. 365 a day, multiply that 22,000 times 365. I ain't gonna do the math, you do it. You let me know what that is in the comments below, but I guarantee that's a lot, and that's shameful and unnecessary, and it's sad that due to poverty that's happening. But also with the second fact that I found, 2.2 billion children that live in this world, out of that, half of that are in poverty. So that means 1.1 billion children living in this universe is in poverty, and they're going without a meal or clothes and then a roof over their head, man. And that's just breaks my heart into pieces. Wow. It's also, as well as I found the third fact, 1/3 of all poor in developing countries, their children from ages 0 to 12 live in poverty, and that's included with America. And as well as more than 2/3 of Americans do not realize that they're in the poverty or below poverty-stricken line. Like I said, to me, it was normal for me, you know, seeing my mom live paycheck to paycheck, or, you know, us going to those, you know, pantries. I just thought it was normal. I didn't realize that we were poor, we had less than. And so I would understand that fact, as well as the last fact that I found from organprojects.org is that 54% of Americans fall below that poverty-stricken line. And I think for me right now, analyzing and looking back on it, yeah, as a kid coming up, you know, we struggled, of course, you know, being homeless for 3 years, and then, you know, going into foster care in the system. I definitely, you know, fit that statistic of being stuck in poverty. And as an adult, young adult, you know, navigating my ways through this water of life, it has been hard for me at times, especially, you know, learning, you know, better money management skills, and, you know, as well as with finances and paying bills on time, man. So once you fall behind on bills, it's hard to catch up, man. Them late fees, they sneak up on you. And if you ain't never been in the school of hard knocks of life, let me tell you, it ain't nothing to play with, man. You ain't never really struggled until you know had to go donate plasma to, you know, pay rent or get food for some noodles or something. You gotta, you know, decide what you gonna spend your last $25 on, you know, some groceries, paying your light bill, or putting gas in your car to go to work, man. I've been there. And so for those out there that are still struggling and going through it, man, my heart is with you. Keep hope alive. Not trying to be funny, man, but that's what gets me through it. That's what got me through it, as well as with my faith in God. Again, I'm not a religious person, but thank God for, you know, people of faith like the church, because I've relied on them in the past to help me pay my rent. And so thank God that it is, you know, organizations out there that care about issues such as poverty and that want to help, including people that are involved with the church, as other organizations as well. It doesn't have to be religion that cares. But I just know that in the past, going to the church, they helped out a lot, as well as, you know, other organizations also. Also, I found that the number one reason what causes poverty is inequalities, as well as lack of access to, you know, the necessities of life that you need, such as, you know, food, you know, proper water, clothing and housing, as well as access to better education and other resources that are needed. And so with that, unfortunately, to those things, you know, those issues that we have that keeps us down, like if you guys seen in that video, the welfare trap, those are one of the main, you know, issues that keeps people stuck in poverty. Or I've actually, you know, looking back on that too, I didn't realize that I was affected by that, but I was getting assistance. And then when I started working, I realized that, you know, well, I'm working out, they're gonna cut my assistance. And so I was stuck between a rock and a hard place to where, you know, hey, do I need to cut back my hours in order for me to, you know, continue to get these assistance? Or, you know, even when I go back to work full time, it's still not gonna be enough to support me. And so it's a catch-22, man, and that's the sucky thing about it. But that's the way of life. And, you know, my opinion on that, or my suggestion to that, is for people like me and those out there who care about these type of issues, is to keep, you know, putting good out into the world, and keep lending a helping hand for those that are in need. If you can donate, not just necessarily money, but, you know, time, clothes, you know, canned goods, any way that you can. I recently started going back to volunteering at a shelter downtown here in Houston, you know, and giving my time. I'm not in a position to where I can donate monetarily, and that's going to help and change people's lives. And at what point in my life I know I will be able to help out financially, but the most I can do at this point in time is to, you know, offer my time and help and resources as far as giving back, you know, and volunteering in the shelters. And so with that, I encourage you guys out there to lend a helping hand and helping to combat, you know, the issues with poverty and war on poverty. And so again, with that, if you guys are for, you know, battling that war on poverty, show me by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And if you don't, Still show me by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, but you should want to. You should care about these type of things, man. But just think about it, with the shoes on the other foot, and you wasn't well off or didn't have these things that was, you know, readily available to you, how would you feel? And so look at it that way, man. It can always be, you know, the shoe on the other foot. And so with that being said, you guys, just don't forget, you guess I don't want to, you know, keep rambling about this topic because it's a sucky thing, but that's the way of life. We have other issues. Poverty is one of the main issues that we have here in America. Damn, I don't want to go political, but you know how I feel about it. No, I'm not. We ain't even gonna talk about that. We're gonna move on. Okay, guys, just again hit that like, share, comment, and subscribe button. And with that, don't forget, check out my website, differenceworld.net. Again, you guys can check out all my other social media handles, including my Instagram and my TikTok, and of course my YouTube channel. Again, just go to my website, differenceworld.net. And for those again that are looking for motivational speakers, looking to do collaborations with your podcast, get at your girl. I'm free of charge as of now, and I ain't hard to find. Again, you just got to go to my website and book your girl, or you can send me a DM or an email. Just do whatever it is that you can to get at your girl, yeah? As well as, don't forget, my book, What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift, is available as well on my website. Again, this book was written to encourage and inform thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systemic racism in America, and I've done this through graphic and provocative illustrations. So again, be advised that this is intended for a mature audience. It has sensitive content, and so if you can't take this type of heat, still come on to the kitchen. Just get your little fire blanket. You guys will be okay. You might get a little singed, but you'll survive. That's the point of it all, you guys, is to have these conversations that need to be had that are often swept under the rug and people turn a blind eye to. And with this book, the way that I've set it up, it's meant to push that envelope, meant to get you to share your opinions on this topic so that these conversations, we can get the ball rolling on it. And so with it, we can not only just talk about things that happened in the past, we can push forward things, you know, for the future, such as, you know, creating systemic change. And so with that being said, you guys, go to my website and get your copy of my book, What If? A Controversial Paradigm Shift. I appreciate all the love and support that I am getting. Please keep it coming and don't stop, you guys. Moving on, what else we got going on? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I think for this first week, I want to just completely drop some content every day of the week just to start this 2024 off right. And so with that, you guys know on Wednesdays, we do our podcast interviews. So I might be dropping one, maybe not, who knows? That's why, again, you guys got to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. So when I drop content, you guys come into Different World and you come and learn what's going on with your girl, yeah? All right. And as well, let's go ahead and do our mental health check for those out there that may need it, including myself, for those that may be going through any type of mental anguish, including, you know, depression, having suicidal thoughts, anxiety attacks, even dealing with bullying or drug relapse. Please know that it's okay to not be okay, but don't ever sit there and not be okay. Go get help, whatever that may mean to you, be it talking with a therapist, a family member, a friend, picking up a hobby, cutting people off of me, you know, well, mending broken bridges, whatever the case may be. Do whatever it is that you have to do to keep your mental health in check and keep you from going off the deep end. If you know, or if you need yourself, if you know anybody who may need these mental health resources, please feel free to share it with them. The crisis hotline number is 1-800-273-8255, or you can call or text 988, or you can text 741-741. And for those that would prefer to go online, you guys can check out mentalhealthishealth.us, or you can visit 988lifeline.org. And for those that are outside of the U.S. and that's watching your girls' YouTube channel, you guys can check out incounseling.com. And remember, you guys, although I am giving you these mental health resources, you guys have to remember to do your own homework and your own research and find what works best for you, because at the end of the day, you're the captain of your own ship and you decide where to navigate the waters, nobody else. Lastly, when it comes to the mental health check, I want you guys to remember, whatever trial and tribulation that you are going through at this time of your life, this too shall pass and you will get through it. So going off the deep end is not an option that's worth it, so don't do it, okay? Alrighty, so moving on from the mental health check, you guys, and going on to our closeout. Hope you guys enjoyed. And again, just bring you guys some social awareness on, the issue with poverty and battling in this combating the war on poverty. Lend a helping hand and get involved as best as you can. Like I said, get online, do your research, find out how you can get involved in your local community, and you'll feel good about yourself, trust me. As well as, again, if you guys enjoyed this vlog, show me by liking, sharing, commenting, and definitely, guys, hit that subscribe button. It should be popping up right now on my logo. And so, again, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, you guys. As well as, don't forget, if whatever it is in life that you're feeling you're destined for, you have to manifest, plan, and prepare for it. It will surely come to you guys. Dip as well. Come to mind. Peace.
What if?
What if in 1619 Africans started dealing in slave trading?
The tables were turned around.
What if they kidnapped millions of Englishmen, women, and children from their homeland and brought them to America on a slave ship?
What if a controversial paradigm shift is a book written to inform and encourage consistent, thought-provoking conversations about injustice and systematic racism in America through graphic but provocative illustration? What if provides a different perspective by detailing controversial deaths and events as 4 categorized paradigm shifts: historical, political, precedent, and hypothetical? What if? A controversial paradigm shift by author Difernt. Go to differenceworld.net.